At first, I was just testing the camera. Normal autofocus, nothing unusual, until it started tracking something in empty space, and that something noticed me. I did not understand it right away. I was just standing in the room, turning the camera in my hands, checking the focus. The lighting was normal, the objects were ordinary. A table, a wall, a door, everything as usual. Then the focus suddenly shifted to the side. Not to an object, not to a face, just into the air. I moved, the camera moved with me, and it did the same thing again. It locked onto a point, an empty point. I stepped closer. There was nothing there, absolutely nothing. No dust, no shadow, no reflection. At first, I thought it was a bug. I restarted it, changed the settings, tried another room. Same result. Every time, the same pattern, like the camera was finding something and trying to hold it in focus. And then I noticed one detail that made me uneasy. The focus was not just jumping. It was acting like it was following something. I needed to record it, just to check. Maybe I was missing something. Maybe it was the lighting or the lens. I set the camera to record and left it pointed at that same spot. At first, nothing happened. Just a normal room, no movement. I even started to feel stupid. Standing there, staring at the screen, waiting. Time passed. The camera held focus. Perfectly. Like there really was something there. And then it started. The focus shifted slowly. Not a jump, smooth, like something was taking a step. Then another, and another. I instinctively stepped back even though I knew there was nothing in front of me. I moved to the side. The camera kept tracking, not me. It moved past me like I was not even in the frame, like something else mattered more. I waved my hand in front of the lens. Fast, close. The camera ignored it longer than it should have, then snapped back to the same point, again and again. And that was when it hit me. This was not a random glitch. It had a path. To the recording later, alone, no movement, no extra sounds, just me and the screen. At first it looks the same as before, an empty room, a static image, nothing unusual. But now I look closer. I pause the video, go back, play it again, and start going frame by frame, slowly, very slowly. And at one moment I see something I missed before. The focus is not shifting randomly. It is moving around something. I zoom in. The quality drops, but it is enough. A faint distortion appears in the air, like heat above asphalt. But this is inside the room, and it is moving. Frame by frame, it gets closer. I feel my body tense, even though it is just a recording, just a screen. But it feels like the distance is shrinking outside of it too. In one frame, the shape becomes slightly clearer. No details, just a silhouette. Wrong, too stretched, too narrow, and it is facing the camera, at me. I do not wait anymore. I turn the camera on again. The same room, the same place. But now, everything feels different, like the space has become tighter. The focus finds the point almost instantly and starts moving faster, in sharp motions, more aggressive, like the distance is closing without pauses now. I take a step back, then another, but the camera does not react to me. It moves past me again. At some point the room becomes strangely quiet. Not just quiet, pressing, like sound is gone, not fading. And then I hear it. A very faint sound, not footsteps, something else, like friction, like something moving too close but not touching the floor. I freeze. The camera suddenly loses focus, then snaps back. Closer now, too close. And for a split second it feels like I can see it not only through the screen. Not turn off the recording. I just stand and watch. The camera is still pointed at the same spot, but now it is not searching. It has already found it. The focus is no longer moving. It is locked, hard, like something is standing right against the lens. But I still cannot see anything. I take a slow step back, and at that moment the camera completely loses focus. Fully, the screen blurs. Everything turns into a gray mass. No walls, no furniture, just noise. But the recording continues, and inside that noise a shape appears. Not through focus, not through the lens, right over it, like it no longer needs the camera. I cannot see details, only the feeling of a gaze, direct, cold, and then I understand why the camera stopped focusing. Because there is no distance anymore. It is already here. My camera keeps focusing on something. It started with the camera on my phone. It turned on by itself. No sound, no notifications. The screen just lit up. At first, I did not understand what I was seeing. Then I recognized the room, my room, the bed, the blanket. I was lying there, asleep. Everything matched in detail, even the position of my hands. I looked at the screen and tried to wake up, but I was already awake. I was already holding the phone, and that was when I noticed it. It was standing right next to the bed, on the side. I cannot see without turning my head. Too close, completely still. I turned sharply. No one in the room, no one at all. I held my breath and looked back at the screen, and I realized it had moved. It was closer. I did not move at all. Even my breathing became quieter. I tried to understand what was happening. This was not a recording. I could see my chest rising in sleep, second by second. Everything was happening in real time. I shifted my gaze from the screen to the darkness in front of me. Empty. Too empty. I looked back. It was still there, now closer to my head. The face was not visible, only a silhouette. Too dark, like the light could not touch it. I started counting seconds, slowly, just to check. I counted in my head and watched the screen. And then, I understood. It did not match. On the screen, everything was happening faster. Just a little, but enough, because with every second it was getting closer. I stopped counting. It does not help, it only makes it worse. Because now I know it is moving faster than it should. I look at the screen again and notice something that was not there before. Its head is slightly tilted, like it is looking, not at the body on the bed, at me, at the one holding the phone. Everything inside tightens. I slowly lift my eyes into the darkness in front of me. It is empty, but not the same kind of empty. I can feel it. I am not alone. I look back at the screen. It is even closer now, almost touching the pillow, right next to my head. The outline is clearer. The darkness is thicker. And now I can see the face. It is there, but I cannot make it out. Like it does not want to be seen. I cannot take it anymore and turn around again. Fast, sharp. The darkness in front of me stays empty, too calm, as if nothing was ever there. But I no longer believe it. I feel that I am wrong. I slowly look back at the screen and regret it immediately. It is no longer by the pillow. It is higher now, like it is leaning over me, over the one who is sleeping. Its face is closer, and now I can see something is wrong with it. The features are there, but they do not fit together. The eyes are deeper than they should be. The mouth is still, too still. I watch it and realize something worse. It is copying me. I tilt my head. It does the same, with a slight delay, almost invisible. But it is there, and that is the worst part. I freeze, completely. I stop moving, even my eyes. I want to see what will happen. If I do not move, will it move? I stare at the screen and wait. 1 second stretches too long, then another, and then I understand. It is not moving, at all. It is just looking, straight at me, not at the body, not at the room, at me. It becomes hard to breathe. I cannot hold it and blink, just for a moment, and that is enough. When I open my eyes, it is closer, almost right up to the face of the one who is sleeping. I hear a crackling sound from the speaker, at first like static, then quieter, clearer, and through that sound a whisper comes through, right next to my ear. Do not move. I freeze even harder. It is possible. I stop blinking. I stop swallowing. I do not move at all. I'm afraid to even think. It feels like it could hear that too. I look only at the phone screen, and I realize it has frozen as well. Its face is almost touching the face of the one who is sleeping. There is almost no distance between them. And then I notice something new. Its mouth. It was still before. Now it is not. It slowly opens. Too slowly. Unnaturally. Like it is not supposed to work that way. I hear the sound from the speaker again. No static now. Clean. Closer than before. And the voice repeats the same words, but quieter. Almost calm. Do not move. I am almost there. I cannot take it anymore. It breaks something inside me. I do what it told me not to do. I turn my head. Slowly, very slowly. The darkness in front of me no longer feels empty. It has depth, like it is looking back. I freeze halfway, then I finish the movement. There is no one there. A second of silence. Too clean. I almost exhale, and at that moment the phone screen goes dark, black. I cannot see anything anymore, only my reflection, and it does not match. I am holding the phone. The reflection is not. It is standing, a little closer, too close, and I understand it too late. Because in the dark, right next to me, someone takes a breath. My hand started sweating before my brain could understand what I was seeing on the screen. The body knows. The body always knows first. It was a normal night. I was lying on the couch scrolling my phone, and at some point the skin on the back of my neck tightened slightly. I live alone. The door is locked. The windows are closed. Logic said everything was fine. My body already knew otherwise. I picked up my phone and opened the camera. You look through the screen, because somehow it feels safer. Like the glass between you and the dark actually changes something. I pointed the camera into the hallway. On the screen, at the far end, right by the bathroom door, someone was standing there. A silhouette. Dark. Completely still. My throat tightened so much I couldn't scream, even if I wanted to. I lowered the phone and looked into the hallway with my own eyes. There was no one there. I raised the phone again. The figure was still there. Not moving, just standing. I started testing it. I raised the phone and saw the figure. I lowered it and looked with my own eyes and saw an empty hallway. I raised it again. My first thought was convenient. The camera was glitching. I even restarted the app, pointed it at the hallway again. The figure did not go away. Then another thought came. Quieter, almost like a whisper at the back of my head. What if the camera is not seeing too much, but my eyes are not showing something? I did not finish that thought. Some thoughts are better left alone. Each time I looked, the figure became clearer. Shoulders appeared, then a head slightly tilted to the left. That tilt hit the hardest. A living person does not stand like that. That is how something stands when it waits patiently for you to finally look. I raised the phone. The figure was closer. I do not remember how many times I repeated the cycle. Time became thick and sticky. I knew one thing. Each time the figure was closer, slowly, methodically, as if it had nowhere to hurry. Now I could see the arms, hanging along the body, slightly bent at the elbows. The fingers were too long. I told myself it was the angle, the optics, the lens. My brain kept giving limited explanations, even though it no longer believed them. The head was still tilted to the left. Completely still. A living person would move, even a little. This figure held the tilt like it was fixed in place, like something that knows how a human looks, but does not understand how to be one. And then the figure raised its hand, slowly, almost gently, the way you wave to someone you know. I froze. The fear was no longer sharp. My body had burned through the adrenaline and shut everything else down. I could not feel my legs. I could not feel my hands. I held the phone at face level, and on the screen, it was there, right in front of me. I forced myself to lower the phone, slowly, millimeter by millimeter. When the screen was facing the floor, I looked into the hallway with my own eyes, empty. I let out a long, quiet breath, leaned my back against the wall. The wall was cold and real. Then I raised the phone, one last time. I do not know why. The image showed the hallway, empty. I almost laughed from relief. Then I noticed movement on the closet door in the screen. I turned the camera. It was standing behind me, head tilted to the left, the hand slowly rising. I did not turn around. I still do not know what it was. I checked the apartment. Every corner, every closet, under the bed, behind the shower curtain in the bathroom. No one. The door was locked from the inside. Everything looked perfectly normal. But the light in the hallway was on. I do not remember turning it on. The camera does not imagine things. It does not feel fear. It just records what is there. And if it saw it, then it was there. Real. Just deeper in reality, where my eyes have no access. When you suddenly feel uneasy at home for no reason, when the skin on the back of your neck tightens and you do not want to look into the dark hallway, you think it is stress, nerves, imagination. But what if your body simply knew what your eyes could not see? Take your phone, open the camera, point it into the darkest corner. Just be ready.